Chapter 11, business owner policy or BOP. These are specialty commercial policies that are designed to fit the needs of small to business, medium-sized businesses that have low risk. This section, as far as the way that the state looks at it, is more about what businesses aren't covered, more so than it is about which businesses are covered. So a lot of times they're going to ask you which businesses would not qualify for the business owner policy. So we use an acronym of SOAR to determine the eligible types of businesses. S is going to stand for service and processing businesses. These are going to be up to $3 million in annual gross sales, up to 25,000 square feet in floor space. This is going to include specialty contractors like electricians, plumbers, etc., but it's not going to take an exposure from a general contractor. This also can include some small self-storage facilities. The O is going to be for office buildings. In this case, office buildings are going to be covered only up to a maximum of 6 stories and up to a maximum of 100,000 square feet. If it's above that, it's going to be too high of an exposure. A is going to stand for apartment and residential condominiums. Again, you're going to be limited to a maximum of 6 stories, in this case, less than 60 units. And then R is for retail or mercantile businesses. So you're not going to be able to cover the Chick-fil-A or the Starbucks here because it's going to be less than $3 million in annual gross sales and up to 25,000 square feet in space. So the ineligible businesses, because they have too much risk, are going to include automobile sales and servicing operations, any household, personal property, and dwellings. So this won't cover Airbnb coverages. Any manufacturing from a business will not be able to be covered. Bars, grills, places of amusement, any restaurants that serve alcohol, mainly on those because of the alcohol exposure. Any banking facilities like financial institutions, any wholesalers, government agencies, general contractors, and warehouses. What property is covered under a BOP? So this is going to be the same as a CPP policy, but there's only 2 coverage forms here. The standard deductible is only going to be $500 on these. So you're either going to have a standard on a broad name perils basis or a special coverage on an open perils basis. You're going to get the additional coverages that don't cost you anything extra, whereas they do on the CPP. Business income and extra expense. So those contingent business interruption coverages are going to be automatically included. Money order and counterfeit paper currency up to $1,000 is going to be covered as an additional coverage on the BOP. So you'll see some of these businesses will say we accept nothing larger than a $20 bill. And the reason they do that is so that they can cover this through the insurance. Forgery and alteration is going to be covered up to $2,500 and signs up to $1,000. So for extra premium on the BOP, you can get coverage for money and securities, employee dishonesty, and equipment breakdown. Liability coverage under Section 2 of the BOP is going to be similar to the commercial general liability policy. Bodily injury, BI, and property damage, PD, are going to be covered under the first section. Personal and advertising injury for any non-physical injuries like libel or slander are going to be covered under the second section, and you're going to have medical payments to others in the third section. Aggregate limits for products and completed operations are going to be twice the occurrence limit, as is general aggregate. And you have a fire legal liability FLL limit of $50,000, which can be increased. We're going to go into more detail of these in Chapter 13, so we're going to kind of just go over the basic, which we just did, of coverage for liability under the CGL section. Endorsements that are selected here on the BOP are going to be hired and non-owned auto liability. So if you don't have a commercial auto policy separately, like say the only exposure you have is going to be for your employees using their own vehicles, then you may want to go ahead and add this onto your policy as an endorsement, so you don't have to keep a separate coverage and keep your exposures all there in one place. You can have a valuable paper and record coverage. So if you have blueprints, drawings, films, they're going to require a receptacle warranty on this, which does mean that you're going to have, a requirement of when they're not in use to be put into a receptacle in order for that to be covered. We're going to talk more about that as a standalone in the next section, chapter 12 for inland marine. The other one we've got here is a protective safeguards warranty. This gives you a discount for a working burglar or fire alarm for the commercial property under the BOP. Very similar to the homeowner's policy for the warranty for the working alarm there. All right, so now we're to the point where we're going to go ahead and ask some questions about the BOP section. Number one, which of the following businesses would be eligible for a business owner policy? That implies that 3 will not and 1 will. So in this case, A, garage, B, bank, C, tailor, or D, warehouse. In this case, an artisan contractor as a tailor would have coverage, but the garage, bank, and warehouse would be too large of exposures. So the answer is C. Number 2, what is the amount of fire legal liability coverage on the business owner policy? A, $75,000, B, $100,000, C, $50,000, or D, $25,000. Standard amount of FLL coverage is going to be $50,000. C. Which of the following is true about the business owner policy? This is going to be the true statement. They've got 3 that will not be true. A, it gives the insured great flexibility in picking coverages that can be included in this policy. B, it can be written for almost any commercial insured. C, it provides a prepackaged policy of property and liability coverage for certain types of small to medium-sized businesses. Or D, it provides property-only coverage. So the only one that is correct here is C, it provides a prepackaged policy of property and liability coverage for certain types of small to medium-sized businesses. Number 4, which of the following can be covered as a business personal property form business personal property under the business owner policy? A, airplanes, B, stock, C, company cars, or D, land. In this case, this is going to be B, stock. Anything held for sale will be able to be covered under the BPP form. Let's see here. Joe's Cleaners, number 5, does not own an auto. The manager uses his car to make nightly deposits at the bank. The manager had an accident while making a deposit, and the claimant also sued Joe's Cleaners. Which coverage did the insured need to add when buying a business owner policy BOP to provide a defense in a case like this? A, non-owned liability. B, hired auto liability. D, nothing. The BOP automatically includes this coverage. Or is it going to be D, the business auto coverage? So in this case, for number 5, this is going to be A, the non-owned auto liability. Number 6, loss of business income coverage under the BOP covers what period of time? Is it going to be A, from the date of the loss to the policy expiration date, B, an unlimited amount of time, C, 12 months, or D, 2 years? So in this case, this is going to be only for 12-month period, C, 12 months. Number 7, how much is the general aggregate limit on the business owner policy? A, $500,000, B, $1 million, C, twice the occurrence limit, or D, twice the products and completed operations limit. So number 7, this one is going to be C, twice the occurrence limit. Number 8, the waiting period for extra expense coverage is going to be A, none, B, 10 days, C, 2 days, or D, 24 hours. In this case, no waiting period is going to be in place for extra expense coverage, A. And then number 9, all the following can be insured under a business owner policy BOP except, so what can't be insured under a business owner policy? A 20,000 square foot small self-storage facility. B, a 10,000 square foot bank office. C, a 6-unit apartment building. Or D, a 15,000 square foot plumber's office. So the one that can't be covered is going to be the bank exposure under B, a 10,000 square foot bank office. All right, that's the end of the business owner policy. We're going to